Hi folks, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be tackling a subject that I have been asked repeatedly, both on my workshops as well as via email. It's to show you how to photograph white subjects on a white platform or a table against a white backdrop. So that's what we will basically tackle today. What we're going to use is two strobes. One strobe with a rectangular softbox that is basically going to be our background. And let me show you. So we have a piece of white foam core. On top of the white foam core we have a white vase. And behind that, we have a 2x3 softbox with an Elinchrom strobe. The Elinchrom is controlled by a trigger that is mounted to my camera, and my camera is on a three-way geared head. So the camera is a full-frame camera. I have a manual Leica 90mm lens on it, a lens that I absolutely love. It's really exceptional character to that lens. The camera is tethered, and we will be using Capture One software. That is right there. And for the second light, we will be using another Elinchrom softbox, which is up here on top, and we will be moving that into position, and that's nothing more than a 2 foot by 2 foot square softbox. We will do our images in order of lighting back to front. And the first thing that we need to do is to capture an image which will basically ensure that we don't have any contamination with the ambient light that is on in this room. I mean, the light that's needed to basically video myself. So let me turn the camera on, and I just set it to an arbitrary, power level of 2.5, and I think that should be sufficient because you don't need a lot of power to create a nice white background. You need enough power to have your readings go 255 on the RGB channels, so 255 each. And you need to make sure that the image that you capture does not have a lot of wrinkles, etc. from the softbox. And that's really what we're looking for. So let's capture the first image with the flash trigger turned off, so that we're not going to be firing any of the strobes. And as you can see, we have a perfectly black screen, which is what we want. So we have none of the room lights contaminating our image. So all what we will see when we actually capture the image is the subject and the background being lit by the strobes. The settings on the camera are ISO 100. I'm using the 1/250th of a second for my flash sync speed, even though this camera can shoot 1/400th of a second as its sync speed, and my aperture is at f11. So with that and the trigger turned on, let me turn the second light off, the one that we're going to be using above. Let me turn that off. And let's fire one shot to see what we have for the background. All right, so we have the background and we have the vase. So what I should have actually done is correctly, let's just remove the vase because we don't want that interfering. and take another shot. Okay, so with this, now let's just look at what we have on the Capture One software, and I'm going to use my eyedropper tool to verify that we have in fact 255, 255, 255 on the 3 channels, giving you a total of 255 as the blended color. So that is white. We don't want to by any means overexpose, because that's just going to make the subject that we have as our final subject lose detail on its edges, and we don't want that to happen. As you can see, this area here, the platform that the vase is going to be on, is in fact a much lower intensity as far as brightness is concerned, and that is to be expected. The light is falling off. In fact, there is a gradual gradient that we have on this, and that's good, because once we put the second light, this problem will go away. So we have 255 all the way to the bottom edge, and that's what we want. And so now I can place the vase in position. And what I should basically be getting, if I was to take another shot, is similar to the shot that I had earlier. All right, so with the vase in place, let me take another shot. And what you should see is pretty much a silhouette with just a little bit of light which is reflecting off from the strobe that is the background, bouncing off both the platform that we're using and to some extent the white table that I'm using, and potentially also some of the bounce that is coming off the walls in this room. Now what I want to do is bring in the second light and position it such that it is over the vase, but not directly over it. It's a little forward of it, because you just want it to very gradually give it a feathering of light across, raking it across the top of the subject. So let's just bring this in position, and with that light in position, let me turn it on. And this one is right now, let me see. This one is also set at a power level of 2.5. So let's just fire a shot. Okay. All right, not bad. Looking at this, we see that we have a fair amount of definition. We have some shadow at the bottom. And then if I was to look at the values, I am seeing about 234, 235, and 227 on the blue channel. Getting closer to the edge, there is a little bit more gray, but that's okay. What I will do is increase the energy level of this strobe that is on top to boost it up a little bit, to make that subject a little brighter. So I've got the energy level set to 3.8, and that's again just arbitrary. We'll see what it's like, and we can always bring it back down again. And yes, that's to me much better. In fact, I might even consider taking it up to a level of 4. Right, so that's very nice. So we have a pure white background, and we have pretty close to an even brightness. Not perfectly white, but 246 is good. We can see edge detail on the upper rim. We can see a nice shadow at the bottom. There's a little bit of a dust spot over here, which of course we'll clean up. And at this point, I think I can bring in the flowers. So what I have is 3 calla lilies that I'm just going to drop into this vase. All right, once I place the lilies in the vase, I've just arranged them for a nice composition, and we're ready to take the image. So let's grab the image. And it is there in Capture One. And the image looks great. We have a little bit of a dust spot on the bottom right of the vase, which we will correct for. But otherwise, the image is looking fabulous. And we can take it into post-processing and do a little cleanup if needed. I'm not going to be doing that for this demonstration, but that's what one could do. In fact, if not even going to go into Photoshop, I could probably just do a quick healing brush here in Capture One and just remove this little problem that we have right over here. And that should fix it. And with that, the image is ready. So that's basically, how one gets white on white. The subject is not perfectly white, but at least, the vase gives an idea of how you can get that. And you can use this technique for products. You can use it for anything where you need a white background. Use a strobe, get it to 255 on all 3 channels, and you should be ready to roll. So with that, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please do subscribe. If you like to see more of this, then hit that notification bell. More importantly, to support the channel, do hit that like button, and I look forward to seeing you the next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.